Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Tuesday, April the 7th, as opening day came and went. The New York Mets down in Washington against the Nationals team they had so much trouble with the last few years. You don't want to put too much stock into one opening day win. You don't want to take too much in one of 162 games, but for the Mets, that was a big win. And the way the Mets won that game, I think, should give Mets fans a lot of hope and a lot of excitement for the rest of this 2015 season. You watched that game yesterday, and after a leadoff walk to Curtis Granderson to start that baseball game, Max Scherzer for the Washington Nationals was absolutely dealing. He was dominating the Mets, a no-hitter into the sixth inning, and it wasn't until a miscue by Ian Desmond, the Nationals shortstop, that the Mets had an opening. They took advantage of that opening. They scored a couple runs. They didn't look back. And as I watched that Mets game yesterday, taking on a Nationals team that has so much talent, a Nationals team that is supposed to win, and watching the way the Mets went down there to Washington against a franchise, they really, last few years, dating back to 2012, the Mets, 15-41 against the Nationals, just have no luck in these close games against the Nationals. But yesterday, they took a page out of a franchise's book you know they're trying to emulate, and took a page out of a team that knows how to win. And if the Mets are looking at a team anywhere in baseball that with their personnel, with their pitching, with the way they go about their business, they might be able to play like, it is, of course, the World Series champion San Francisco Giants. Last few years, the Giants do not have overwhelming talent. They have a couple of star players, a Buster Posey. We can compare that to a David Wright, some supplementary players here and there on their offense. What they have is very good starting pitching, and they have an interchangeable bullpen. Different closers every year, guys in, guys out. They get the job done late in games, and they take advantage of the mistakes of other teams. Yesterday, that was a blueprint straight out of the Giants' playbook. You got excellent starting pitching from Bartolo Colon. And while the Giants have great starting pitching over the years, they often get it from guys not named Madison Bumgarner. That was his October last year, but throughout the years, it's been all sorts of veterans like Ryan Vogelsong, a Jake Peavy, a Tim Hudson. Now for the Mets, Bartolo Colon filled that bill. Was really good on opening day, 6 innings, 1 run, struck out 8, mowing down a Nationals lineup without some of their bigger pieces. Then the Mets take advantage of a mistake. How many times over the years, especially in October, have we seen the Giants do that exact thing? Sometimes to the Nationals themselves, but to any team. You make a mistake, they see an opening, boom, they get the big hit after that. Yesterday, it was Duda. Then it was d'Arnaud taking advantage of a pitch down the middle from Max Scherzer. The Mets didn't have much offense yesterday. They only had 5 hits. None of their runs, none of the 3 runs they scored was earned, but it didn't matter. They got the job done. And then last but not least, Henry Mejia, who we're going to find out about his elbow, and hopefully it's not serious, couldn't go. The Mets closer couldn't go. They go to Buddy Carlisle, a 37-year-old without a career save. He goes in, he gets the job done. Look, the Mets have a long way to go before they are anything close to a World Series champion. But if you're looking for a way they can win games this year, a way they can become a contender, it's to look at how the Giants play, look at their roster, look at the Mets roster, and say, if we do things right, if we do things that way, we could be in contention. And for one day, the Mets got the better of a team that has much more talent than them. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now.